Hey guys, it's your boy LOZA, and today we're looking at LordTrents' Dark Magician deck profile for the Megatins, like post-Megatins. I've seen a lot of LordTrent stuff before, and I've clicked off of it, mainly because he made like a Dark Magician video rating every Dark Magician card, and I can't remember it exactly, but he was just like his takes were just so like incorrect. As a at least competitive Dark Magician player, I feel like he's definitely more a casual, and that's fine. Like I don't give a fuck, but I guess his deck profiles are more aimed at casuals, and that's fine. But let's get into it. So yeah, my hypothesis is already I'm not gonna like
New
this.
Dark Magician support, two new cards, Piercing the Darkness, and
Well, it's already got piercing, so it's already worse than Team Sam's.
also we've got a Search. You can also maybe later. Then when
Alright, he's playing 3 Dark Magician, so off the bat, it's a thumbs down. Pierce the Darkness, 3 Dark Magician.
new support comes out, we
It's
can
just
negotiate. But
bricks.
right
Like,
now,
it's just
non-negotiable. You
unnecessary bricks. Just play Upstart and 2 Dark
need three
Magician,
copies.
man.
You're gonna be sending a lot of these to the graveyard. I want to see it in your.
Like, if your problem in Dark Magician is you don't have enough attack on your monsters, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you should have access code in your extra deck. You should have Dragoon in your extra deck. Like, attack power's never been a problem in this deck because you just use the Circle Banish, and now we have Dragoon. Like, you just pop everything. I don't understand. There's nothing that can, like, threaten you attack-wise, again, in Dark Magician, really. Like, what, Graham Marju? Like, fuck. It's stupid.
Hand
Anyway.
for Eternal Soul. You need it right now. Next, we play one copy
Did
of.
he say you need it, as in 3 Dark Magician?
It's non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable, guys. Hi. Hi, I've had great success with 2 Dark Magician, but listen to Lord Trent, it's non-negotiable.
Until maybe later. Then when new support comes out, we can negotiate. But right now, non-negotiable. You need three
No, no.
copies. You're gonna be sending a lot of these to the graveyard. I want to see it in your hand for Eternal Soul.
How are you going to be sending a lot of them to the graveyard? You activate Magician Souls once a turn. In modern day Yu-Gi-Oh, you only get 1 to 2 turns max. Bruh.
You need it right now. Next,
You do not need it right now. Fuck. I hate this so
You,
much.
again, you just need this for the Red Eyes Fusion.
Yeah, you do need to play Red Eyes. Congratulations. This is the first thing you've said correct.
Searchers in the deck. On normal summon, it searches a spell trap card, lists Dark Magician in its text.
Yep.
Incredibly important. And then on top of that, it's
Yep.
another very good card. It sends a
True.
Dark Magician,
It's
who
a good
like
card.
a level 6 or higher spellcaster, from your deck to the graveyard for cost, and then you can special summon this card, or you
I had
could
someone argue with me on DB the other day that this doesn't send for cost, and it just reminded me why I hate playing on DB. It's like 10-minute wait for a judge just because this man's like, no, put your Dark Magician back in your deck. And I'm like, bro, read the card.
special summon that monster from your graveyard. We don't need to get.
I don't mind playing Apprentice. Like, whether you play Apprentice or not is like, it doesn't make you a better or worse player by playing it. Like, it's fine. It's a fine card. It's an extender. It's fine.
Dark Magician that often to our hand.
I would just say you don't want Dark Magician in the hand, so I guess the reason he's playing 3 makes a little more sense because he's playing Apprentice. Because, I don't know, for me, like, I play 2 Dark Magician, why would I want them in my hand? In my opinion, one's for souls and one's for getting sent off Red Eyes Fusion. That's it. That's all you need.
We play one copy of Dark Magician Girl.
Yep, you want to draw 2. Makes sense, makes sense. Let's move on. He's going to talk about I'm Dark, sure. I'm Dark, good card. What are you talking
she is
about?
Very good with the field spell, but like second some
Oh, I've already seen something scary. 3 Ash Blossom, that's fine, whatever. Ash Blossom's fine.
Ash because it's
3 Salvation, like that is overkill, man. When I started testing this card, you can see on my channel, on my earliest list possible, I played 2 and a Terraforming and Village. And people were giving me hate for that. People were saying, oh, you can get Drolled and Ashed on Terraforming. And I was like, shut up. Upon testing it further, I've dropped this card to 1. And a lot of other people are pretty stuck on 1. They're like, yeah, 1 is the ratio. It's essentially another copy of Eternal Soul. But you can send this with souls to draw, or you can summon Dark Magician Girl when you do use the Eternal Soul. None of that is that good. It doesn't really need to be at more than 2. If you were playing 2, I'd be like, okay, sure, whatever. If you were playing 1, I'd be like, cool. But playing 3, absolute craziness. Absolute overkill.
From the deck. On top of that,
I have a feeling he's going to have 3 of something else. If he's playing 3 of the... Okay, 3 Soul Servant is absolutely correct. That's cool. We're just going to skip ahead. There it is. I was like, he's definitely going to be a 3 circle. 3 circle. You can play 3 Circle, but it's just such a bad card to see in the hand. Um, it just never really adds, and that's the problem. I guess in this deck he's playing that many fucking Salvation. Circle's probably gonna add, right? But I still think Circle is a solid 2. I've played it at 1 a lot, and 1 is fine, but I think 2's the magic number for now. That's my take on Circle currently. Definitely not 3 though. 3 is dog shit.
You look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add a Dark Magician or a Small Trap card that specifically lists Dark Magician.
When you think about it, this card is literally just the effect for Dark Magician. Like, it is the effect side of Dark Magician that should be printed on Dark Magician. So, you're literally playing like 2 cards, DM and Circle, to make 1 effect happen. That is so bad. And it's 1 banish. Like, just play Ice Dragon's fucking Prison and Trap Trick at 3. You've got 6 ways to a double banish. I've said this for so long, like, Circle and DM is, like, not a good combo. Stop overhyping it. It's not very good.
Hand, and then it has a second effect, where if you summon a Dark Magician, 2 copies of the...
At least he's playing 2. I'll give him credit, he's playing 2. But here's the thing, it's the same with Eye of Timaeus. Eye of Timaeus and Pierce the Darkness are unsearchable, right? So when a card's unsearchable, the only correct ratio to play of it's 3. But also, these cards are bricky. So the correct ratio to play of a bricky card is probably 1. But once again, we can't search them, so what, you're going to play them at 2? Like, there's no correct ratio to play these cards. They're just shit cards. Like, people are going to win games with Eye of Timaeus and Piercing the Darkness, be like, oh my god, guys, this is the best card. It won me a game against my friend's Blue Eyes deck. You have to play it. Piercing the Darkness, crazy card. No, just literally, if you want to draw, play Upstart Goblin. If you want damage, just play better extra deck cards. Play Access Code. This card's only good going second too. Dark Magician doesn't want to go second a lot of the time. And if you were gonna, like, if I was siding in for game 2 and 3 and I'm siding in going second cards, why the fuck would I want to side in this? I'm gonna side in, like, Lightning Storm, Evenly Matched, Dark Ruler No More, Forbidden Droplets. Like, why would I side this? It's dumb. Anyway,
new card
moving
piercing,
on. I don't even want to hear what he says about it, because he's just going to overhype it. He talks about it for a long time. He's just going to be overhyping it.
We play 1 copy of Magical Eyes.
Magical Eyes is cool. I like Magical Eyes. That's cool.
From the graveyard to special summon.
I don't want to hear him talk about it. I'm pretty sure I read a comment that says he uses Magical Eyes to summon Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Can Sam and fucking Lord Trent stop telling people this? Magical Eyes summons a spellcaster, for fuck's sake. Stop. You're misleading the casual community, please. Yu-Gi-Oh players already don't read. Don't make them not read more.
You can banish to summon Dragoon. You can banish to summon the Dragon Knight, the Dark...
Yep, there it is. He said it. Summon the Dragon Knight. No. You can summon Dragoon, which is what you should always be summoning with this. Or you can summon Dark Magicians, which is worse, but you could do it. Or you could summon Quintet Magician, which is super situational, but it's there if you want it.
Magician,
I don't mind it in the Dogmatica build because you can use it as a big punishment target too, but that's my opinion. It's a spicy tech, you know? Anyway, let's move on to his next card. He's playing 1 Red Eyes Fusion. Man, this guy doesn't want to brick on Red Eyes Fusion, huh? But lucky he's got 3 Circle, 3 Salvation, and 2 Pierce the Darkness. Oh, don't worry about bricking on the card that literally gives you a 1-card Dragoon and puts your Dark Magician in the grave. No, we wouldn't want to brick on that card, guys.
Like a Dragoon. 1 copy of Secrets of Dragon.
You know my take on Secrets. I think it's dog shit. But, like, if you want to play it, that's fair enough. I can't find myself in the camera here. Sorry, I keep moving.
Of Secrets of Dark Magic, this is the searchable ritual spell that we play. The other 2 are not...
Why did he specifically say it's a searchable ritual spell we play? Like, we don't... He's not even playing the ritual, and when we do play the ritual, if you're ritual summoning Illusion of Chaos... I'm sorry, what the fuck are you doing? Use it as a rota, please. Summoning it is probably never really going to come up. I know some people have been telling me, oh, but it's so good on field, it goes back to him. Who the fuck cares? It's a rota for your Rod and your Souls, and your Apprentice and your Timaeus. That's it. Yes, you can ritual summon, but you could also discard Pot of Greed to activate Twin Twisters. Like, what? That was a really shit analogy, but the point is, just because a card can do something doesn't mean it fucking should.
They're very accessible, but they're not searchable. This is actually searchable. The other ones you can access off of off of Verdi Anaconda. But this one is actually like searchable. Like you add to your hand whenever you want. We play one copy of Fusion Deployment.
See, people who play Secrets always talk about the pros of Secrets. They're like, oh, it's really good because you can search it. Okay. You forgot to mention the part where you need to have it and a Dark Magician and a Dragon or Spellcaster to use it. Therefore, that's three. You use 3 cards to make either a Dragoon, which we just established you can make Dragoon with 1 card with Ref or 2 cards with Anaconda. So yeah, he's going to make a 3 material Dragoon instead of a 2 or 1. Or he could make the Dark Magicians, which, yeah, it draws you a card when you play another spell trap, but you use 3 cards to get there. You'd hope it draws you 3 fucking cards. Or you're summoning... Probably the best thing you can summon off Secrets is Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Simply because if you're summoning Dragoon with Secrets, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's probably a weaker Dragoon than a Red Eyes Fusion Dragoon. But anyway, Secrets aside, we know I hate Secrets. I hate this card too.
Just in case everything went terrible, it gives us access to a Dark Magician. Like if we draw a hand of all spawn trap cards, like okay, thank God, Fusion Deployment, we can reveal.
What? This card is just in case. In case of what? You're playing it at 1. How is it? You're going to have a handful of spell traps and you're going to be like, oh, thank God I have 1 Fusion Deployment that I've conveniently opened to fix my bricky hand. If you're going to play Fusion, like, I hate Fusion Deployment. But if you're going to play it, play 3. Play 3. Like, it's unsearchable, play 3. I think that's pretty standard deck building right there. It's like, you look at deck lists that play hand traps, and it's like, do you want to see Ash Blossom? You tick the box for yes. Then you play 3. And then you have a 33% chance of opening if you play 40 cards. I don't know. That's a really fucking weird take, and I hate Fusion Deployment. Anyway.
The Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, and then we can summon either Dark Magician or we can summon the Red Eyes.
I don't understand how this unbricks your hand. It summons Dark Magician, but then he said your hand is spell and traps, so... What are you doing? Just setting spells and traps with Dark Magician. That's all. 2500 attack. I summon Dark Magician. I attack for game.
So basically, we can summon one of the materials.
So yeah, you can summon one of the materials, and you're locked out of using the extra deck, except for fusions for the rest of the turn. So no Anaconda, no Imdark, no Selene, no Artemis. Like what? I don't understand. This card sucks.
Play this card, and yeah, the only issue is that you cannot like summon from the extra deck except for fusion summon. That's the only.
Yeah, the only issue that you summoned a vanilla with 2500 attack, and it doesn't do anything.
Next we play 3 copies of the most important card in the deck, Eternal Soul. This is what wins you games if you don't.
I guess if you're playing 3 Salvation, you'd probably max out on Eternal Soul. But I just want to say, you definitely don't need 3 Eternal Soul. You can get by with 2, like, perfectly. Especially now with the field spell. 2 is, like, optimal, I want to say. 3 is overkill, and 1 is just... Like, I play 1 still, but it's kind of risky. You could definitely go by with 2. I'm saying Circle and Eternal Soul are 2 orbs at the moment. But... Once again, that's my opinion. Though I do believe, like I discuss card ratios a lot with the Dark Magician group on Facebook and our group chat that we have and a Dark Magician Discord. And I think it's heavily agreed upon within like some of us who actually compete in YCSs with this deck that 2 for Circle and Eternal Soul is mucho good. I still have people messaging me saying, hey, LOZA, I played 1 Circle, 1 Eternal Soul at like my locals, and you know what? I never missed like the extra copies. It was really cool. And I'm like, yeah, man, great. Like, exactly that. When I suggest something, you don't have to believe me. Try it and then go, nope, I didn't like it, or nope, I did like it. Just try it for yourself before you mock it. And obviously, like, you don't have to like it. It's just a personal preference at the end of the day. But I will say 2 feels like the optimal number. Anyway, moving on.
Don't have this on board. It's very difficult to win. This is basically a +1 every single turn, and then if you have the piercing
that's a questionable +1.
Basically a +2.
Oh god, don't mention. We're skipping ahead because he mentioned piercing the darkness. That's fucking disgusting.
Monster effects are just super dominant. Usually I play.
Solemn Strike's good. Man is good for playing this. 3 Imperm, sure, whatever. Imperm's fine. Skill drain.
Most of your monsters have irrelevant effects.
Let's see if he says the souls.
So You just
Let's see if he says you can send it with souls.
you can activate skill drain. Normally you win because you can just summon a Dark Magician every single turn, and before you know it, you'll have 3-4 Dark Magicians on the
Didn't
field,
mention
and
it.
your
Didn't mention one of the coolest interactions with skill drain. It's fine. It's fine. Just lead the casuals astray.
time's over. Play 2 copies of
Two
Dragoon.
Dragoon. Man of
Excuse the
culture.
sleeves.
Good.
Don't even worry about it. 2 copies of Dragoon. Like I said, you could very easily make. You can make a Dragoon and the next turn follow up with another Dragoon, and then sometimes you could just make a Dragoon with cards in your hand, and you can use Verde Anaconda to make another Dragoon. So it's actually very, very easy to make Dragoon, just generally speaking, because you can use like an Imduct. You can use an Imduct and a Dark Magician on the field. Use an Imduct and a Dark Magician on the field to special summon your first Dragoon using the searchable fusion spell. And then you can make a second Dragoon by using the Predator Plan Verde Anaconda, and you can send like Magical Ice Fusion and make a second Dragoon. It's actually pretty common that you can make 2 Dragoons.
Wait, I need to recap that. Did he mention the double Dragoon?
You can use an Imduct and a Dark Magician on the field. Use an Imduct and a Dark Magician on the field to special summon your first Dragoon using the searchable fusion spell. And then you can make a second Dragoon by using the Predator Plan Verde Anaconda, and you can send like Magical Ice Fusion and make a second Dragoon. It's actually pretty common that you
Why would you do it that way? I don't understand. You would never do it that way. That's wrong. That's 100% wrong. So if you use secrets to summon your first Dragoon and you still had a way to Anaconda, you would summon the one from deck using Red Eyes Fusion to get the Red Eyes out of your deck. I don't know why you'd go for Magicalized. I know you have Imdoc and DM in your grave, but that's stupid. So how I typically make a first turn Anaconda, a first turn double Dragoon is, I've showed it off before. You use Magicalized Fusion, you need to open Magicalized Fusion, of course, and you need to open Rod and Souls, or just await Anaconda. Is that right, or do you need a third card? No, that's it. So you go Magician Souls, and Magician Souls will summon Dark Magician. Dark Magician links into Imduck, normal summon Rod, grab anything, normally Soul Servant. Then you link Rod and Imdoc into Anaconda. Play your Magical Eyes fusing Imdoc and Dark Magician in the grave into Dragoon. Activate Anaconda, sending Ref, sending Red Eyes, sending Dark Magician. Second Dragoon. Boom. So that's simple. Anyway, let's move on.
2 Dragoons or a Dragoon and a Dark Magician and a Dragon Knight. This is the Dark Magician and Dragon Knight. Obviously very important. It gives you protection, protects your Eternal Souls. Just a good card. Dark Magician's another extra deck staple. This you can make from the Dark Magician.
Staple is questionable.
Girl, and it has cool effects when you draw. I mean, it has cool effects when a spot trap card is active.
A lot of people, when I would make this card at locals, they were kind of like, this card doesn't do anything. And I was like, yeah, it feel that way. Like, I was testing for YCSs, and I test with a really good competitive group. So they were kind of like, oh, like, all the games where I did summon the Dark Magicians, I lost, basically, to sum it up. Every game I summoned this, I lost. Any game where I could have made Dragoon instead, I had more of a chance of winning, or I did win. It just felt like a lot of the time, like sometimes you can't make Dragoon and you can make this instead. And that's cool, but it just always felt lackluster. They always just had like the negate for the effect of summoning the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, and that effect is still just not that good. Like, people access code pop your Dark Magician, you summon out the other two, they're just gonna access code pop everything else. Like, I don't like the hype around this card. This card needs to identify as Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl in the grave. The fact that it doesn't identify as either of them when they're literally on the card art, and the card's literally called the Dark Magicians, this card is wasted potential, and I will never get over that. Maybe you might think that's too critical, but Dark Magician the Dragonite identifies as Dark Magician, and that's so big. But the fact that we can't summon him easily, it just sucks. So this is a way easier to summon Fusion, right? Because we can use Magical Eyes and whatnot. But it means you'd have to banish your Dark Magician and or Dark Magician Girl, which means you're not getting the names in the grave for Soul Servant, and it doesn't exist as a name on the field or grave itself. Like, absolutely stupid. Stupid card.
Draw, cool stuff.
I wish it was better, is what I'm saying.
It's really good. Quintet Magician.
It should be better.
Is another good card. This is kind of like, you go for this.
Yeah, it's spicy.
Like
we get it.
Girl, the Dragonite.
All right, there's no reason to play this card. This card sucks. This card sucks. Do not play this card. In
Sometimes.
his build, he's playing 3 Dark Magician, so Ebon's fine. And even like later down the line, if we lose Dragoon, we may just play a rank 7 turbos again. So lol, Chronicle Magician, Keck.
Over the course of several games, you will go.
2 Anaconda, alright, at least he knows 2 Anaconda is the dream. We've got a Link Karibo here. I don't think this is necessary at all. Like, Magician Souls on the field is sometimes better than just having a Karibo out. Even just passing on that, honestly. Is he playing Artemis? That is the question.
For the Magician's Soul, sometimes you just use its effects, then link it away, and give yourself battle protection. One Nightmare Phoenix,
Sure.
one Cross
If you're playing
Fusion
Link
Summon,
Karibo
right
over
off,
Artemis, I'm gonna be mad.
This card's really good because the only materials that you need are one normal monster. So you just link away Dark Magician, and this is a dragon, so now you have a dragon on the field.
Yep.
And you can use Magical Eye Fusion, fusing this plus the Dark Magician graveyard. You basically have a dragoon. So if you can summon one Dark Magician, you can summon a dragoon. One copy of
This is a good card. I like this card.
Soldier,
Every
Soldier
time I've run
Chaos.
this
This
card
is one
and
of the
summoned
best,
it, it's cool.
What do they
It's a
call
good
it? It's one
card.
of the best link monsters to go into. It's very difficult to out because you can summon it using a Dark Magician, and then
I only picked up a copy of this recently, like in the past month, so I haven't put it in any lists yet, but I've played it at locals a bit, and it's a good card. Like, it's just good. If you have it, I'd say play it. If you can't find room for it, fair enough.
it can't be, what is it, like
I'd still play Artemis over this any day.
it can't be targeted, destroyed, and then it has effects where it gains attack, banishes, or attacks twice. So it just becomes worse and worse every single turn for your opponent to get rid of. And we play one copy of
Oh, why the fuck? He's gonna be playing this and not Artemis.
Every single monster in our deck is dark, and
Who
sometimes the attack boost
cares?
is actually relevant.
The
and
attack
if
boost
it gets
isn't
destroyed, you can add
relevant.
back a dark monster.
What
And
decks are you
reset the
versing where the
entire
attack boost is
thing.
fucking relevant?
But that
Blue
is
Eyes?
basically it. I hope you've enjoyed this deck profile. And
That's it. There's no Artemis. Well, I think you know my opinion on this deck profile. It fucking sucks. Team Sam's is better. Dark Magician players, play Artemis, for fuck's sake. It's not hard. Anyway, we're going to leave that there because this is 21 minutes of me being angry at Dark Magician players. Keck W. Anyway, thanks for joining. I hope you got a little enjoyment out of this. That's a word. That's a phrase. Nice. Anyway, see ya.